Hello, my friends. I meant to upload this video over the weekend. However, the last couple of days have been pretty busy for me, but today I am finally sitting down to share with you guys what I purchased during the Caramel Sundays October restock. Now, this was the launch of their holiday candles, and I feel like this is probably the most expensive haul that I have had with the brand since probably springtime. You guys know I love fall fragrances. I love Christmas fragrances. And not only did I purchase quite a few candles, but I purchased a couple of other products. In fact, one product I've never had from them before. So I am pretty excited to share with you guys what I think about it. So if you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. And yeah, full disclosure, you guys, I purchased all of these candles with my own money. Caramel Sundays does not do PR or sponsorships. I know that there was a little bit of maybe speculation about that a little bit earlier this year when myself and a couple of other content creators started talking about the brand. But alas, they are a small business based out of Monroe, Georgia. Their candles and their products, they very much pride themselves on being non-tox, 100% soy wax candles, which you guys know is my preference. I do generally, just because of the amount of candles and fragrance that I use in my home, I do generally like to veer towards more of that category of fragrance, meaning non-toxic. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video because I have quite a few things to talk about, and you guys all know that I love to chit chat with all of you. So let's go ahead and start out with the products that are not candle related. We'll get those out of the way. You guys all know how much I have loved the all-purpose cleaners in the past, and this time around they offered it in the fragrance Toasted Pinecone. So I did end up purchasing two of them because I do really love this again, all-purpose cleaner. Toasted Pinecone has fragrance notes of pine needles, vanilla, sandalwood. Now, I have actually had this fragrance in candle format last year, and I enjoyed it in the candle format. So I thought, you know what, this is a great fragrance for not only the holiday season, but also for preparing my heart for the holidays, which truthfully, that's where I'm at right now. I'm kind of feeling over all of the fall stuff. Yeah, this is just a nice, like, it's kind of like a sophisticated tree scent, but you do get that sandalwood, so it does lean slightly a little bit more like masculine cologne-like. I do enjoy this fragrance, so I did make sure to pick up two of these all-purpose cleaners. Now, something that I think they initially released maybe in the September restock, this was the first time that they offered this product. I didn't purchase it in the September restock. Wow, I need to take a breath and slow down. You guys, I haven't filmed in about a week. And sometimes when I haven't done that and then I sit down to film again, I'm like really excited to do it and I just talk a million miles an hour. So let's take a deep breath. Okay, this product is the Fabric Enhancer Spray. So this is kind of supposed to be like Febreze, but again, non-tox option. This is in the fragrance Cinnamon Cookie Cake. Now, I am interested in the Marshmallow Suede, but I felt like the Cinnamon Cookie Cake would probably be a better option for this time of year. I feel like it would go with a lot of the other like fragrances that I would be burning in my home, like the candles that I should say. Fragrance notes here are cinnamon sugar, bakery cake, vanilla donut. Now, this smells very much in the vein of, like, if you like Hallmark's hot cider donut. That's the first fragrance that I thought of. What's the Bath and Body Works that's kind of like that? Is it like cinnamon vanilla or something like that? Very, very much in that vein. So I feel like I made a good choice in choosing this scent because it will go nicely with a lot of other fragrances that I have going on in my home this time of year. Now, the reason why I ended up purchasing this, you guys, it's kind of funny. I have a cat. I don't have dogs in my home. And I know a lot of people tend to get these sprays when they have animals in the home, or if you have children in the home. Well, I have three of those. I actually have two teenagers and a preteen. And I noticed that despite I wash the sheets once a week. I wash their blankets. Like I'm a pretty clean person, just pulling back the curtain. Like I keep my home pretty clean. But my youngest one plays soccer. My oldest one is on swim team. And again, they are just in a time of their life where, again, they're clean, but there just seems to be some some odors that linger around sometimes, right? My youngest one will bring her soccer bag into the bedroom and I walk in there and I'm like, wow. So I did purchase this to go ahead and spray like on her sports bags. Sometimes too, some of the blankets, even though again, I wash those pretty frequently, sometimes I notice that they tend to take on, they have one blanket in particular that I think it's just the material on it. It does tend to take on kind of like a musty odor. And here's another like fun fact. I think that a lot of people may not, people who don't live like in the desert Southwest region of the United States. So I grew up in Southern California, but I've noticed that this is like something that goes on here in Arizona. So I live in the desert portion of Arizona. It's a pretty dusty climate. It's a dry climate. We are finally in the time of year where we can open up the windows in the mornings and the evenings. The daytime, like it's still going to be like today, it's going to be 83 degrees. So hence my tank top. But I'm wearing red to be festive, right? But here's the thing. There is something in the climate here. I do believe that it is like in the shrubbery or the trees or the plants that we have here that I can't describe it other than there is a certain kind of like outdoorsy musk type of smell that I don't like. It smells just kind of dirty and sweaty. I don't know. And everybody who lives here knows exactly what smell I'm talking about. And I feel like since we are now in the time of year where I want to open up my windows, I feel like sometimes the blankets and the fabrics can start to like absorb that odor every once in a while. Anyways, nice story time there to let you know why I decided to purchase the fabric enhancing spray. And I did use this a couple of times already and it worked very nicely. So definitely been enjoying that. Now here's a product that I have never tried from them. My friend Drew said that this was a really good product. And the reason why I actually purchased this, it's the hand soap, was because I was really curious about the fragrance. Now, if you caught my wish list video, you guys know that this fragrance was actually on my wish list to purchase in candle format. Spoiler alert, I ended up not purchasing it in the candle format. It is the fragrance Salty Santa. Now, I think I still have the fragrance notes for Salty Santa. They did start listing the fragrance notes on quite a few of the candles now, but here on the hand soap, it's not on the hand soap. Salty Santa has fragrance notes of top notes of butter pecan cream, salted honey butter, mid notes of cashmere and roasted pine cone, and a base note of vanilla sandalwood and musk. And this is really good, you guys. This is like a sophisticated, creamy note. Now, the reason why I ended up not purchasing this in the candle format was because the honey butter note was giving me a little bit of pause. Honey is a note that typically my nose does not agree with, and so I was a little concerned about that. But this is nice. It is very sophisticated, creamy, cashmere. It's a gourmand, but not like your bakery gourmand. It's definitely a more sophisticated scent. I do know that they said that if you had the cashmere pumpkin or pumpkin cashmere during the fall, that you would like this fragrance. It's kind of a cousin to it. So this one, I believe Salty Santa is on the restock list for November in the 4-wick. It's on my wish list. Just a little preview for that video because I do really like this fragrance in the hand soap. So before I get into some of the smaller candles that I purchased, well, I purchased a couple of 2-wicks and there's some 4-wicks here. I did want to tell you guys that I did go ahead. I was toddling with the idea of picking up a backup of one of my favorite fragrances, if not my all-time favorite fragrance, from Caramel Sundays. I don't know if it's my all-time, well, no, it probably is just because of the versatility. I did go ahead and purchase another 150-ounce vessel of Bakery on Main. Now, I don't have it right here in front of me. It's actually sitting over on my dining room table there. I keep it as a centerpiece. It's always a point of discussion when people walk into my home and see that. So I will include some B-roll here for you guys so that way you can see the size of it. You can see how pretty it is. You can also see a little bit of a size comparison, how it compares to some of their 4-wicks and their 2-wick sizes. Now, spoiler alert for my empties video that I will have for you guys later this week, I actually finished the first 150-ounce vessel that I purchased. I think I bought that back in either March or April. That was the first time that they offered it in that vessel. And if you guys have heard me in any of my videos before, that is my #1 favorite vanilla gourmand fragrance. It just blends so beautifully with a ton of other fragrances. Just a wonderful fragrance. And so I knew that I wanted to have it not only throughout the holiday season, but especially as I go into particularly like the spring months, which again, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not like trying to hurry that along. This is my favorite time of year, truthfully. But I did want to have it on hand for, I wanted to have enough because I do like to blend that with a lot of florals. Again, it's just a fragrance that I burn year round. And the fact that I burned through one of them within 6 months tells you that I use that fragrance a lot. So I wanted to get my hands on it again. Now I will tell you, I burned that candle the other night, and it was funny because John and Sierra had mentioned in one of their stories that that fragrance, this pour, was a lot stronger. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, we'll see about that. Sure enough, they were correct. It is stronger than I remember my last one being, which makes my heart very happy. But I did purchase another bakery on Main. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the 2-wick candles that I purchased. And yeah, here we go. We're going to talk about it. Cranberry and birch. Okay, so this one has fragrance notes of sweet cranberries, birch wood, and vanilla and pine. So one of the reasons why I was intrigued by this fragrance is because I really love the way that Caramel Sundays does cranberry. I've bought quite a few cranberry fragrances from them. And it's funny because cranberry is a scent that's never really been totally on my radar, if I can be honest with you guys. But this is so good. I have their pistachio cranberry fragrance in my closet, which is probably still my favorite cranberry scent from them because it mixes 2 elements or 2 fragrance notes that I think that they do exceptionally well, pistachio and cranberry. But this is so good, you guys. This is very sweet cranberry. It's not overly tart. They did have a cranberry, I think it was it Witching Hour? I feel like that one leaned a little bit more tart to my nose. This is very sweet, but you get some of the fresh element of pine in the background. A little bit of sweetness of vanilla in there. The vanilla like balances out the cranberry from being too overly sweet. Birchwood, tiny little bit of woodiness in the background. This is beautifully done. Truthfully, I wish that this one was being restocked in a 4-wick. If this one were to have come back in a 4-wick for the November restock, it would be on my wish list. That's how much I've liked this one. I've burned this candle twice so far, you guys, and both times I've really enjoyed it. Strength and throw has actually been pretty good on this one. I would give it about a 7. Fills up the closed concept bedrooms really, really well. I've been burning this with Kringle candles away in a manger, as well as their cranberry scent. So like I'll put away in a manger out here and then burn this one on the other sides. This would also go really nicely with a tree fragrance, which I'll talk about a tree fragrance here in just a moment. But ooh, I really, really like this one. This is definitely a fragrance that I can already tell you that I would repurchase. It's done very, very well. Now, here's a fragrance, you guys. I am kicking myself that I did not purchase this in the 4-wick. I decided to go with a 2-wick because I was like, okay, it's a tree fragrance. I can be very particular about tree fragrances because sometimes tree fragrances, if they're a little bit too astringent, it leans a little bit cat urine to my nose, and I was concerned about that. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get it in a 2-wick. I know that this is like one of their signature fragrances that they have every holiday season. I'll just get it in a 2-wick. I smelled it, I lit it up, and I was like, oh, Katie, you should have gotten this in a 4-wick. This is the fragrance Dad's Fresh Cut Fraser. Now, we all know I tend to like Fraser fragrances. Fragrance notes here are cypress, evergreen, cedar, balsam, and vanilla. Good Christmas tree scent. And this is exactly what I love in a Christmas tree scent. I tend to gravitate towards warm, woody types of fragrances. Again, Fraser, evergreen. Balsam is hit or miss with me. I don't tend to like to go like overly piney fragrances. I don't always necessarily like the like cold ozone outdoorsy ones. But this, this is so good. Now, I will say the closest comparison I would have for this fragrance, I would say that this, if you like Kringle Candles Christmas, which is like their like all-time #1 holiday selling candle. In fact, it might be their most popular fragrance of all. I don't know. This has a lot of similarities to Kringle Candle's Christmas, but there is something that's a little bit, this is actually just more straight up authentic Christmas tree, whereas I feel like Kringle Candle's Christmas has a little touch of maybe like some spice or something in there. That's not in here. The only other element that might be in here would be like a little bit of a vanilla is in here. But it's not like this is not a gourmand. This is just a good tree scent. I do believe that this fragrance is coming back in this 2-wick format for the November restock. So I will make sure to do a dedicated post-burn review for you guys. In fact, I'll do dedicated post-burns on all of these candles for you guys. One I actually did already do a dedicated. We'll talk about that. But yes, I will do a dedicated review. But so far, you guys, I've been very impressed with strength and throw on this one. This one was about an 8 for me so far on the first 2 burns. I'm almost like finding myself wanting to savor it because I love it so much. Just a great tree fragrance. I might want to get like 2 more of these at least on the November restock because I really, really love that fragrance. Okay, here's a candle that it's so funny, you guys. I was really excited about this one. I smelled it on cold sniff and it smelled kind of weird to me. And I was like, you know what? I have a feeling I just need to light this up to see how it goes, right? So this is the fragrance Frosted Gingerbread. Now, funny enough, this is, I think, Sierra's favorite fragrance for the holiday season. Fragrance notes are baked gingerbread cookies, ginger butter, and vanilla icing. Now, on cold, when I was sniffing the lid and whatnot, I was like, I smelled kind of like a buttery savoriness to it. But I smelled ginger, but it wasn't as spicy maybe as I was hoping for it to be. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys. When I burned this one, I liked it a lot more than what I was smelling on cold. And it's funny, now that I've burned it, even when I'm smelling it on cold, I'm getting what I was hoping to smell. So this to me is a gingerbread fragrance. There is more sweetness to this. I feel like in comparison to, say, Kringle Candle, their new reserve, what is that? The Jolly Gingerbread. The Jolly Gingerbread does not have a frosting note to it. It is just straight up like gingerbread cookies being baked in the oven to me. Whereas this is more like the gingerbread cookies are done and they've been frosted. That's what this smells like to me. It's not really so much the cookies being baked in the oven because I do get the frosting element of this. I do like this. Now, I believe that this one's coming back in the 2-wick. I do know for sure it's going to be available in a 4-wick for the November restock. I'm going to burn this one a little bit more because I'm kind of on the fence if I want to repurchase it or not. I like it. Borderline love, not sure yet. I'm still kind of like unsure about how much I like it. Like, is it going to be a love or is it just a like for me? But I will tell you that I definitely had better feelings about it when I burned it the other night. So Frosted Gingerbread, jury's still out. I will make sure to get a post-burn done on it prior to the restock. So let's go ahead and talk about a candle that I did actually already do a dedicated post-burn review on in the 2-wick format because I did purchase this candle last year. But again, here it is for 2025. This is the fragrance Home for Christmas. I did purchase it in a 4-wick because this was the only format it was available in. And truthfully, I like the fragrance enough that I would have wanted it in a 4-wick. Fragrance notes are orange peel, fireside, cypress, clove, and smoke. And if you caught the dedicated review, I won't go on and on about this one too much. This is their take on Bath & Body Works Winter. Very, very similar to Winter. In fact, I feel like of all of the brands, I feel like a lot of brands have a fragrance that is similar to Bath & Body Works Winter. With Kringle, it's their Cozy Christmas scent. Snowy Bridge is also like a distant cousin, but I would say Cozy Christmas is a little bit more in that vein because it's got the citrus note, whereas Snowy Bridge doesn't have a citrus note to my nose. Trying to think of other brands that I've smelled that there's kind of like a dupe for that. That's just the one that just comes off the top of my mind. Oh, Homeworks had one a couple of years ago and I can't remember what it is. But anyways, Home for Christmas, this one smells the most accurate and spot on to Bath & Body Works Winter. So if you are making the transition to soy wax candles, maybe you're not purchasing from Bath & Body Works as much for a variety of reasons, Home for Christmas is the one that is similar to it. Now, this is not coming back in the November restock. I would hope that it would make a return for the December restock because personally, you guys, I actually don't really burn this fragrance at Christmas time. This is a scent that I burn more so as like my bookends to the holiday season. I'll burn it in November and I'll also burn it in January. But I love this scent. So we have Home for Christmas right there. Now, another fragrance that definitely caught my eye is the fragrance Santa's House. We have fragrance notes of sugar cookies, Christmas trees, and cupcakes. And this one just might be my favorite of the entire haul, which is funny. I saw my friend Drew do his haul, and he said that this was his least favorite. And I'm like, what? This is my favorite. But this to me, you guys, this is definitely cupcakes. You get a little bit of buttercream, but you get sugar cookie in this too. And the tree note. The tree note is beautiful in here. It's not too astringent to my nose. It's sweet. It's like a sweet fragrance because it's definitely a true gourmand. You've got that true vanilla gourmand going on with the tree note. I love this one. Now, it is a little bit different from Kringle Candles or Kringle Country Candle, Wishing for Christmas. In the same vein though, if you like Wishing for Christmas, you'll like Santa's House. But they're not the exact same. Do I think that they'll complement each other? Yeah, I think they will. But ooh, this one's really, really good. So, and I think that they made a last minute decision. This initially wasn't on the restock in the 4-wick, what was it, when they posted it. But since then, they have said that this will be available in the November restock. This is one that if this burns well, it will definitely be on my wish list to get a backup of. Even if I don't burn it again, like through this holiday season, it's one that I would definitely want to have in my stash. Like that's how much I love this scent. It is so good. And that is definitely a fragrance. Truthfully, you guys, that's going to be a little bit hard for me to burn. I will do the dedicated post burn, but that to me is like a quintessential. I want my Christmas decor all up and enjoying that fragrance because that one definitely screams Christmas season to me. Now, another fragrance that definitely screams Christmas to me is Perfect Christmas. Fragrance notes of pine needles, sweet cinnamon sugar, roasted marshmallow, caramel. Now, this I mentioned, if you like Bath and Body Works version, this to me is like Bath and Body Works version is definitely more tree forward with a hint of cinnamon sugar and marshmallow in the background. Whereas this is more, it's reverse. I get the cinnamon sugar and marshmallow with the tree note in the background. I really like this fragrance. I know that Perfect Christmas is very, very popular at Bath and Body Works for good reason. I mean, this is a great, it's kind of a nostalgic scent, to be honest with you. But I love this scent so, so much. So good. Yeah, now I did have this in a 2-wick last year and I wanted greater performance from it. So I'm very curious to see how the 4-wick performs in my home. This one is also making a return in the November restock. So that might be another one that I will have on my wish list. And then finally, you guys all know I was going to get this one. This was like the #1 candle on my wish list. I did get this beautiful gold vessel in the fragrance The Holiday. Fragrance notes are cinnamon, clove, cedarwood, balsam, berry, baked cookies. Now, here's the big question that everybody was saying. This supposedly was supposed to be inspired by Yankee Candle's Home for the Holidays. I'm going to tell you, it does not smell like Yankee Candle's Home for the Holidays. Am I mad about it? No. Is this a beautiful fragrance? Absolutely it is. It is not Yankee Candle's Home for the Holidays. The difference with this one, and I've already lit it. I've already burned it once, and it's so good, you guys. This to me is more of, this is sweeter. There's a berry note in here. I want to say it might be cranberry. You get a little bit of sweetness of cookie, but this is not overly gourmand. You get a cinnamon note. You get those spices in here. Little bit of tree. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I am not upset at all that I purchased this, but it is not Home for the Holidays. Home for the Holidays from Yankee Candle. If anybody has never smelled it, if you are near a Yankee store, you can go in store. I believe that they have it in stock now. We're going to talk about Yankee here in just a moment. But Yankee's Home for the Holidays is more spice, tree, but it's more woody. There's no really like gourmand aspect to it. It's definitely more of like a woody tree fragrance mixed with a lot of spices. And again, I know I've gone on and on. Home for the Holidays is the fragrance my mom burned when I was a kid, way back in the 90s. And so it's just a very nostalgic, it is probably the most nostalgic Christmas fragrance for me personally. But I am not mad at this at all. I actually burned this the other night with Bakery on Main. So good. So good. And I'm going to tell you guys, this one, it's funny. I've had these sitting over on my kitchen island waiting to sit down and film this video. This one, every time I have walked into my kitchen by the island, I can smell this candle. I'm like, ooh, that smells so good. So I'll do a dedicated review on it for you guys. I don't know if they'll bring this fragrance back next year. I know that this gold vessel, they are bringing back in the November restock, and it is going to be with Bakery on Main. So I would highly recommend the vessel is just stunning, you guys. This is something that you can definitely repurpose. I know for me, I will actually probably plan to, I'll repurpose it for something. And truthfully, you guys, just because it's going to be available in Bakery on Main, that will probably be on my wish list. Even though I have that giant Bakery on Main, I can never have enough of it. So I see myself wanting to get another one, but this is good. It's spicy, but there's a little bit of berry and sugar cookie. I am, maybe this is a good segue for me. I am actually planning to possibly go into a Yankee Candle store this week. I have an appointment with my son that I need to go to down in the Valley, as we call it here where I live, which is the Phoenix metro area. And I'm actually thinking about popping into one of their stores because I'm probably going to have to get another Home for the Holidays, even though I hate paraffin wax. It's such a nostalgic fragrance. I'll melt it. I don't care. But here's the thing with what's going on with Yankee. They sent us a little coupon mailer. In fact, I'm going to reach over here and grab it. They sent us this little coupon mailer. And my almost 14-year-old son loves the Polar Express. And he saw this mailer and he was so sweet. He looked at it and he goes, Mom, he goes, you've got to get these candles for your channel. So I'm going to take a look today. It is currently now available. I might place a pickup order with Yankee Candle to get some of these. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that. You guys know Yankee I kind of come and go with, but I think I'm going to go ahead and place an order just because you guys, my son, he's my only son, and I can't say no to that boy. I can, but like, something, if you're a mama that has a boy, raise your hand. There is just something about that bond. I love my girls very, very much, just as equally, but there's something special about that bond between a mom and her son. And yeah, he just said, Mom, you've got to get this. He was already watching the movie the other night. So I was like, okay, maybe I should get those. But where I was saying with Yankee is if I do that, if I go in store tomorrow, what I will do is actually, I'm going to sniff around at some of their other holiday fragrances and see if the holiday scent is similar to some of the other Yankee ones. My suspicion is that it might be similar to Christmas Eve. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys updated on that, especially so that way when I do my post-burn review, if there's a fragrance comparison that I can make, I can do that. So anyways, you guys, let me know in the comment section down below if you were able to purchase anything from the most recent restock. I do feel like some things sold out pretty quickly, but then other things, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people were able to get most of the items on their wish list. So let me know in the comment section down below if you were able to purchase items off of your wish list. What are you thinking about some of the fragrances? Do you have a favorite? I would be curious to know. So anyways, you guys, once again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing if you are new. I will have my October empties video. You guys, I've finished up another 15 candles, so I'm going to have those to talk about this week. I will also have another kind of collective haul. I have some Homeworks products that just showed up on my door a couple of days ago, and I also have a Kringle order arriving today. I've got a couple of some of those new 3 wicks. Well, new 3 wicks. We'll see how new they are. And a fragrance, you guys, a holiday fragrance that has been talked about forever. I've had it in a daylight before, but I can't remember what I thought about it. And yeah, I purchased it for the first time. So lots of thoughts coming up, you guys. So I have hauls, I have more reviews. I've got all sorts of stuff planned coming up for you guys over the next week. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you're subscribed. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.